Hey Jeff and Tristan, it's your old pal Jake, and I just wanted to call in and say I'm a big fan of the pod, and just let you know what my favorite movie of the year is. It's one battle after another, as I'm sure many others are gonna say, but it was just an kind of an unmatched experience in the theater for me this year. It's just so fun, such an electric film. The acting's incredible, the score is so good, and yeah, I just keep going back to it. So you guys keep doing your thing, and I'm excited to hear what everyone else says about their favorite films.
That was Jake Taylor, future guest of the Hard Ticket podcast, on the episode Forrest Gump versus Joe Dirt, talking to you about his favorite movie of 2025. You're listening to Hard Ticket. Don't go away. We've got plenty of fun content for you this 2025 year in review. Tristan,
Hey, what's up, guys?
how was your year?
Oh, my year. It was an eventful year for me, Jeff, personally and cinematically.
Yes, what a year. We finally made it to the end. This is our year in review. I've given it a lot of thought, and I think I can safely say that 2025 was the worst year of my life, just personally. In fact, details aside, if you need a frame of reference, I got so depressed that I actually started a movie podcast.
That's a new low,
Yeah.
even for you.
Yeah, and here we are, what is it, 6 or 7 months since we've been, don't say it, I didn't mean it.
I had to do it.
Since we've been doing this podcast.
Yeah, this has been the highlight, one of the highlights of my year, for sure.
Yeah.
Starting this movie podcast, getting to sit down every week or so and talk shop. That's what we do here. We talk shop.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's been a fun year. We've had a lot of fun guests on.
Yeah.
And we thought, there were so many movies that came out that we saw, we couldn't possibly talk about all of them. So what we did was I wrote a bunch down.
Hear that? Those are goodies.
Put them all in this Hard Rock Cafe fedora that I bought for my dad, but when I was too young to realize how tacky it was. And we're going to draw them out, limit ourselves to 1 minute to talk about them for movies that only one of us have seen, 2 minutes for movies that we have both seen, and we'll have a timer on as well to talk about it.
And spoilers, I've seen 49 2025 releases this year.
I believe you've seen more than me. I didn't count mine.
You didn't count yours?
No.
But you said you were thinking probably half of what I've seen.
Maybe
Not
half.
that it's a competition, but
no, you were definitely at the movies more than I was.
I was, yeah. I have an AMC A list, so I'm recently moved to Pittsburgh at the halfway point of this year. So I am at the movie theaters at least twice a week usually.
Yeah, I have an A list too. It's just burning a hole. Yeah, good times, good financial spending. But since we have so much to talk about, we're going to get straight into it. We've got a strict schedule between the former program and the program that auto plays after this one, which for me is usually something from the Head on a Stick podcast. Speaking of, here is a quick clip from Aaron Radcliffe, featured on this year's Hard Ticket Season 1, talking about his favorite movie of the year.
Ahoy, hoy, guys and ghouls. It's your boy, Aaron Radcliffe. I was actually fortunate enough to make a guest appearance alongside with my co-host, Jeffrey Scott, on an episode of Hard Ticket this past year. What is the best movie of 2025? My pick, personally, you'd think being the co-host of a horror podcast, I'd pick Sinners, and I almost did, but there's one movie I like just a smidge more, and that's Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. I just think it does a great job balancing the humor and this metatextual social commentary. Hitting on things like plight of the minority citizens of this country, revolution being founded upon, the strength and, of course, the unfortunate subjugation of non-white peoples. But, of course, also just a really basic tale of a parent moving heaven and earth for their child. That car scene towards the end is absolutely transfixing. The cast is great. It just really flies by. I love everybody. Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor, Chase Infinity are great. Benicio del Toro is a treat. Leo getting to flex his comedic chops is awesome. And then, of course, you have Sean Penn gunning for that third Oscar with that portrayal of Colonel Lockjaw, that kind of equal balance of menace and mockery that I just think really kind of encapsulate the kind of, reactionary chud right-wing type really well. Plus, also, it's just got some really funny meme moments. A few small beers, Elena Heim getting her wig blown smooth off. And then what I would put it up against, personally, this might be a little silly, but I would go with Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I think they both work really well as these sort of kind of thriller road movies. One is serious with some silly, while the other is silly with some serious. Not trying to compare Chase Infinity to a bike, but I do think it's nice seeing some of the broad narrative strokes, of someone going to the ends of the earth for the thing or the person that they love most, and then having to rely on these kind of disaffected and sometimes disparate parts of their community and society at large to really achieve that goal. Also, I think it's just really funny to compare the Leo asking for directions whistle scene with the I Remember the Alamo. So that would be my pick. Thank you again. If you've checked out our show, Head on a Stick, we are both looking forward to making some more appearances on Hard Ticket. Be sure to follow them on social media if you haven't. Until then, toodles.
That's classic Aaron.
I think, Tristan, we're going to have to start off by talking about One Battle After Another.
One battle after another. Yes.
I should say, we have a little rule. There are 5 movies we have determined to be the biggest of the year.
Yes.
And for those movies, we're not drawing them. We have to talk about them. We're limiting ourselves to 3 minutes.
Yes.
But they are must-discusses.
They're the mustest of the disgustest. Yeah, I'm going to start the timer right now because we like to have fun on this program and we like to time our conversations. So One Battle After Another, Paul Thomas Anderson's latest cinematic achievement. This movie, is it so overrated, Jeff? Is it just the most overrated movie on the planet? I'm just gonna come right out of the gate and say it because I really, really love this movie. I thought it was a pretty weak year for movies personally.
Okay.
And then I saw One Battle After Another in whenever it came out, September or so, and I was like, you know what, this year might not be the worst ever. Yeah. Now I know it was for you personally, but I'm talking cinematically. So I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was electric. Honestly, I thought it was electric filmmaking. The ending everybody talks about, the characters everybody's talking about, of course, RFK. I mean, Sean Penn as whatever.
Daddy-daughter games.
Lockjaw.
Daddy-daughter games.
I thought it was a great movie. I thought it had a lot to say about sort of our contemporary times, but also keeping family as the focus. Your community is what matters most, no matter what battle you're in. So I love this movie. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
But do you think it's overrated?
Do I think it's overrated? I do not think it's the best movie of the year. Ooh. I also don't think it's the best movie ever made. Hot take. But I'm curious to hear about you because you didn't get a chance to catch this film until the past week or so?
Well, I watched it a few weeks ago for the first time, and then I watched it a second time when I was visiting with my parents for the holiday. And they really enjoyed it. And on the second watch, I enjoyed it a lot more than the first as well. The first time I watched it, maybe I did think it was a little bit overhyped.
Yeah.
I have high expectations for PTA. I loved Licorice Pizza, and I've loved Phantom Thread. I've loved Boogie Nights. This isn't my favorite film by him, but the second watch, to me, really drove it home. And it probably is. I mean, if it's not my favorite movie of the year, which it's not, it's up there in the top 5.
Yeah, I agree. It's up there in the top 5. And I always say, if you at first you don't love it, just Stockholm syndrome that thing all the way, and just keep watching it until you do.
Right.
So yeah, I thought it was a great film. Jeff, what would you pair One Battle After Another with? Do you think? Is there something that comes to mind for you? Because I struggle. It's kind of a unique film to me.
Well, what we have it up against next year.
Yes.
Yes, and
are we going to spoil
We're
that?
not going to. I'll let Scrambled spoil it, actually, because Letterboxd user Scrambled, spoilers, really enjoyed this movie enough to cite it as their favorite of the year. And they've got a wonderful pairing that we had already decided on, and they understand the format of the show so well that I'm just going to let them say it.
Hi, Griffin and David. I mean, Tristan and Jeff. It's Scrambled. My favourite movie of 2025 was Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another, and I've done some thinking as to what I might match it up against, and part of me thought about something like Netflix's Rebel Ridge, because it kind of has similar political themes, but I came up with a more chaotic choice, and one that I think is more interesting, and that is Finding Nemo. So one Nemo after another. Yeah. And, like, they don't really share much similarities besides a dad looks for his kidnapped child. But I just think it's funny to pair up an auteur-driven action movie with a Pixar film. And maybe you could do something in there about how, like, Dory and Benicio del Toro's Sensei character are basically exact opposite characters. But to each their own. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. Anyway, I hope both of you have a happy new year, and there are a lot more podcast hard tickets to come. Yeah. How do I stop this recording?
Classic Scrambled.
Thank you, Scrambled. We can't wait to have you back on the show in 2026. Possibly for Finding One Nemo After Another.
Yes.
That is going to be a really fun one.
Yeah, this is one of those like pie in the sky pairings that I get really excited about.
Yeah,
It's like conceptually completely out there. But
Tristan, I'm going to go ahead and let you draw the first movie from our hat.
okay,
here.
sweet. Yeah, pass me the. Is this a fedora or a trilby? I don't know.
What's
the difference?
Whichever's cringier, I guess.
Yeah, it's what the driving crooner drives or wears in Now You See or whatever. All right, I'm pulling a movie. What we got? Wake Up, Dead Man.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is a big one.
This is a 2-minute one.
This is bigger. Okay.
Time on the clock.
I'm going to click start, and we got 2 minutes, Jeff.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Why don't you lead us in?
Okay, so I saw this in a theater here in Pittsburgh because it had a limited theatrical release. I kind of loved it. I think it's in my top 5 of the year.
Yeah.
I really enjoy. I feel like I've been a non-believer for like 13 years. I think this February.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an anniversary and everything. Because I grew up religious. I've really been kind of getting more in touch with like some of my spiritual side that I've been neglecting all these years. Just trying to find some meaning in this very chaotic world that we live in.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that Ryan Johnson seemed to get in touch with sort of that tension between faith and reason, which I do feel like there is a tension there.
Mm-hmm.
I know not everybody will agree with that, but I thought it was very well made. I thought Josh O'Connor knocked it out of the park.
Yes, he anchors it. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it twice actually, and I thought it was better than Glass Onion, which I also rewatched and thought I did love it though. I love Glass Onion too.
Yeah, but this was a faith-based whodunit. I mean, like that's and the marriage that Ryan Johnson creates between the two of them is wonderful. It's probably my favorite of the Knives Out trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you've got your Josh Brolin. He's doing a little bit of a Trumplica character.
Yeah.
Not to the degree that somebody like Mark Ruffalo is in Mickey 17, which I found so irritating to watch.
Yeah.
I thought that where there were heavy-handed moments in Wake Up Dead Man,
Of course.
I thought they were necessary in deconstructing the faith argument and rebuilding the respectable Christian in this evangelical boom during the Trump administration.
Yeah, I think that sounds all really good. And heavy-handedness is just part of the Ryan Johnson tradition. So we love Johnson here on this podcast. Bam, boom! We did it. 2 minutes.
How about we draw another one here? Let me hand me that guy.
Here's the trilby.
We have, oh boy, all right, this is a treat because I sprinkled in a couple seasons of TV that I know we both watch.
Oh, okay.
And I just drew The Chair Company.
Oh, yes. All right, I started the timer. The
Perfect.
Chair Company. Jeff, what did you think about The Chair Company?
I thought The Chair Company was a blast. I can understand that it might be too much for some people. I mean, when you have Tim Robinson doing these sketches, and I think you should leave, like, they're 4 or 5 minutes long.
Yes.
And then they're over. You don't have to follow characters or anything like that. The first scene of The Chair Company starts as like a traditional, I think you should leave sketch. He's talking about like, well, you've probably been in a mall at some point in your life. We're in a mall right now. But it quickly just dissolves in a different way than Friendship does. We might talk about Friendship. It's in the hat.
Yeah, Friendship's in the hat. It is different from Friendship because Friendship feels a little bit more grounded. Yeah, I do love that this is just like a season-long skit of I Think You Should Leave. And I've been wanting to see that because I know that has potential, and I think it did. I love that. Spoilers, it goes nowhere.
Yeah, there's no resolution. There's no catharsis.
No real resolution, no catharsis. But I do love that, like, there's like a heart to it. Like, he's a family man, and his family, like, does love him, and he loves his family. He's, like, anchored. There's maybe some one battle after another messaging there, too. No, I love The Chair Company, and I was giggling immensely at some of the performances. The shirt guy, it's pushing up on the buttons. Like that guy, and the fucking the Jason like in a mask, like the Scrooge blowjob scene. Like I was amazed that was in. It was incredible filmmaking. Right.
It really is just one of those ones where you're like, I don't know where this is going to go. Apparently, they kept it really loose conceptually.
Yeah,
just let it run away.
Truly is the journey that matters for something like that, and I loved every minute of it. And I think that's a stop under 2 minutes.
All right, sweet. Let's draw one more before we go on to our next tent pole.
I've got the Trilby here, and I got Honey Don't.
Well, this is just a you one.
This is just
a 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay, I saw Honey Don't, and all I got to say is if you're thinking about seeing Honey Don't.
You've said this every single time.
Yeah, it's literally like every review on Letterboxd. It wasn't very good. What was the one that they came out with?
Drive-Away Dolls.
Drive-Away Dolls, yeah.
I'm a Drive-Away Dolls defender.
Oh, okay. I thought it was not as good as Drive-Away Dolls. I like Drive-Away Dolls more. I will say that. I thought Honey Don't missed the mark for me. I didn't find it as funny. I think the humor was just bone dry.
Oh, really?
Very wry. And I think maybe that's why it didn't work for me. I like the concept of it, and I do think it could work. And there are parts of it that I did enjoy.
Okay.
And Margaret Qualley always turns in a good performance.
Always great, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Evans is in it. He just unceremoniously exits the film at one point. Aubrey Plaza, she was great. So that's all I have to say about that. And we are under a minute again.
Well, in that case, I think we should hand it over to one of our past guests to talk about our next tentpole before us.
Jeffrey Scott from Head On Stick here. Okay, film of the year. I'm going to go with Weapons, personally. The kind of witchy, scary, pseudo-school shooting thriller from Zach Kreger. Follow-up to Barbarian. Excellent film, excellent horror movie. Really break through into the mainstream conversation. Good chance we'll get some Oscar nominations here. It was just an excellent film. And what to pair it with? I was trying to think of what would be an interesting one. Initially, I was thinking Elephant, the school shooting film, but God, that movie's depressing and sad. And not that Weapons doesn't have some depressing elements in it as well. But let's go with the witch angle. Let's try Suspiria, Dario Argento's neon-collared, goopy, gory 70s witch thriller, which has a lot of elements I think that Weapons kind of plays with, just in a much more over-the-top fashion. Whereas Weapons is surprisingly subdued, other than the extremely violent parts. It's overall fairly melancholy film, as opposed to Suspiria, which is just vibrant and violent and insane. And they're both really interesting witch features. Probably two of the best witch films ever done, in my view. So that's where I would go. Dario Argento's Suspiria with Zach Kreger's Weapons.
Classic Jeff. Or Jay Scotty, if you're nasty.
Right. Let's talk about Weapons, Tristan.
Let's talk about Weapons. Jeff, Weapons. Dude, is this a movie about alcoholism? Is it a movie about school shooting?
I know you had a similar problem with Barbarian when we talked about this earlier this year. You kind of say that Kreger takes all these things and he puts them together, and he's like, he doesn't have a uniform kind of message. To me, it kind of hammers home the themes of suburban panic that were like kind of played with in Barbarian, but a lot more prevalent in Weapons. Again, Weapons is divisive. Kreger in general is proving to be divisive. I've seen criticism directed because Jordan Peele was potentially like trying to get his hands on it to direct it.
Right.
There's a lot of people who are like, I wonder what it would have looked like if Peele did it. To me, like the criticism that it's a little bit too normal looking, a little bit too pristine, is kind of the point of the movie, because it's all, again, happening right under our nose in suburban America.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All that stuff I think is great. To me, it kind of reminded me a little bit like a Stephen King story.
Sure, yeah.
It felt very Kingian with like the kids running around. And then obviously the end of the film is like a woman dressed like a clown who looks like Pennywise. Like, I think if we ever did do a future pairing, it'd probably be Weapons and It of some sort, one of the It's. I just think that Kreger's particular brand of humor, because humor and horror mix, and we talked about that in our Barbarian episode.
Yeah.
It's all about setup and payoff and that sort of thing. I think that Kreger he pulls his punches a little bit, and I think that's my problem with Kreger. I just didn't feel a really strong thematic through line like I was really hoping for with it. I did like the film, don't get me wrong. I did like it, and I would like to rewatch it like I like Barbarian. But that's Weapons.
I get it, yeah. And, I actually want to ask you this. How do you feel about hagsploitation?
Hagsploitation?
Because I have a friend who said this is Kreger's second time where he's putting an old woman as the villain in a movie.
A crone, if you will. Yeah.
Crone-sploitation.
I think maybe it says something a little bit about like Kreger's I don't know, his upbringing. Maybe.
Did he have a tumultuous relationship with a grandparent
or his grandma or like a mother or something? Maybe. How do I feel about it? I don't know. Like anything, it can be done maybe tastefully. Maybe. I didn't have an issue necessarily with the old woman in Weapons. I did think it was a little silly, but
yeah.
But it's just fine. We love silliness. We're silly guys.
Right. Yeah. If I were to put Weapons up against anything,
It.
I
think It. I would do It.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do It.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. We are under 3 minutes again, Jeff. We are just knocking this out of the park.
Well, why don't you knock your hand into that hat?
All right. Here we go. I love this. This is so fun. We need to do this more often.
Let's not wait until next year. How about that?
Oh my God, Jeff. We get to talk about the Alien Report.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
This is a 2-minute one, too.
This is a 2-minute one, and it's awesome because no one in the world has seen this movie except for you and I. So this was a movie that was on my watch list. I don't remember how it ended up on my watch list. Okay, I don't technically think this is a 2025 release. I think it came out like 2 years ago.
Well, it had like maybe it played at a festival or something like that.
Well, and I also think they maybe were editing it and then releasing parts of it. I don't actually know what the thing is going on
Real
here.
grassroots campaign.
Yeah, this movie was on YouTube. We rented it.
We paid money for this.
Yeah, you came over to watch The Passion of Joan of Arc on at a nice theater with live music, and I was like, before we do that, let's watch The Alien Report, which was it's sort of like a found footage thing. It's like POV, Fish Islands, GoPro camera of this guy losing his mind.
Getting glimpses. He has these nano cameras that are obviously fake, but they show glimpses of the aliens because he gets abducted all the time.
He gets abducted a lot. Yeah, it happens. They like him, but not enough to keep him, I guess.
Yeah, nobody knows why. He doesn't know why.
It takes place, in Philadelphia? Is that right?
Somewhere like that.
I thought it was Philadelphia. And the effects work was actually kind of impressive.
It was interesting. There was actual makeup, and people got naked for this movie.
People got naked for the Alien Report, which I was like, okay. The main performance is baffling, but not bad. I was kind of fascinated watching this guy lose his mind.
You said something like, this is what psychosis feels like, or something like that.
Yeah, you watch the film and it does feel formally like it has something in common with a Damon Packard film or whatever. Or
they're trying to
Dave Waskovich film.
Yeah, they're trying to simulate what wide reports of alien abductions agree upon.
It's Z-grade almost Z grade. It's kind of mimicking Z grade trash, and it's actually kind of fascinating, and I recommend it. And that's 2 minutes, Jeff.
What would you put it up against?
What would I put the Alien Report up against? I would definitely put it up against Tartarus by Dave Wascovich, which is also about alien abductions, or maybe it's about being in hell, or maybe it's not about anything at all. But yeah, I'd totally put it up against that because I think formally, like the psychotic element of it does totally match.
Fair. I put it up against The Age of Disclosure, which is a documentary that came out this year that has actual like government officials up to like Marco Rubio being interviewed about like what the U.S. government is keeping a secret from the
Little
public.
Marco?
Yeah, a little interesting double feature there, getting the simulated emotional experience versus the conspiracy gubernatorial experience.
The cold, detached reality of Marco Rubio.
Right. Yeah. All right, hand me that hat.
Here's the hat.
I got one. Oh, this one goes over to you. It's a 1 minute. It's Fackham Hall.
Fackham Hall. You didn't see this?
Nope.
Okay, Fackham Hall was basically the Naked Gun for fans of Bridgerton, or not Bridgerton, Downton Abbey. Yeah. Stars Thomas and McKenzie and another bloke. I can't remember his name. I thought this was a pretty funny movie. I think I saw it as a screen unseen at AMC. But it had a packed house. People were pretty excited about it. The elderly in the audience, can I say that? The elderly in the audience,
the target audience,
like the middle aged of the audience, they were eating it up. It had like boner jokes and like fart jokes and like poop jokes and piss jokes and like snot jokes and
all the fluid jokes.
All the bodily like function jokes. I've never seen Downton Abbey. But I thought the trailer was kind of funny, so I went and saw it, and I had a mildly amusing time. So, if you want to go see this, if you like The Naked Gun, I think you might like this sense of humor. It felt pretty similar.
What would you put it up against?
Probably put it up against like The Naked Gun. Yeah, honestly. No, from this year, the Liam Neeson Naked Gun, I would totally put it up against that. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Okay.
I'm so excited. I saw Fantastic Four is in here. I did not watch that.
I did.
That would be you. Oh no. I got Dangerous Animals.
Okay. Let's hear about it.
Is this another one for me?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Oh, this movie was stupid. But some people like this movie, and I'm a little confused. I think it's because I hate the guy who's in it. I think his name is Jai Courtney. I could be wrong.
This is a movie about like chumming people up and feeding them to sharks, right, or something like that.
Yeah. It's this guy in Australia who like gets like young couples to come aboard his little his shark cage rig thing, and then he like wants he thinks he's the alpha predator. It's about masculinity and about men thinking they're predator, and being predators and that sort of thing. Right. I think, I could be completely wrong. This will be embarrassing if it's not Jai Courtney, but I'm pretty sure it's Jai Courtney. I hate Jai Courtney. I think he's so annoying. I hate his face. I hate his accent. I don't like, but he did do a good job of playing an asshole, and he does get his at the end. So if you're looking for sort of like a good for her, revenge, kind of some sharks there too, like I think you might enjoy this kind of movie. But for me, I was like, I wasted my time.
All right, I guess it's my turn. This is Josh Brown. So, my favorite movie of 2025. Some honorable mentions that I would like to point out from this year. One Battle After Another, I think was absolutely outstanding. The Life of Chuck, I think Mike Flanagan is still the best Stephen King adapter, and he shows no signs of slowing down, and I cannot wait to see what he does next. There was a movie I went and saw 4 times in the theater this year. That was Weapons, which I think is absolutely outstanding. I would also say the movie F1 was a great thrill ride. And I just got out of Marty Supreme, and I'm still absolutely stunned. There is still one movie that came out in the spring back in March that still just sits with me, that I still think is just ahead of One Battle After Another and Marty Supreme to take my top spot. And that has to go to Sinners. Sinners combines so many fantastic elements, so much to say, while also just being a terrific vampire horror movie. And it just gets better upon rewatch, as that first half, a lot of people say nothing really happens. That's That's absolutely not true in the slightest. It is one of the most mesmerizing flicks I've seen in a very long time. One that sticks with me in all the right ways. I put it up there with Nope as one that truly understands the spectacle of the theater. And I know that sounds pretentious, Jeff, but the way that Sinners just looks, the way it feels, the way it knows what it needs to be to bring such a great time to the movies, while also having so many important things to say that just fit so well into the context of the flick. I mean, one of the funniest movies of the year, one of the scariest movies of the year, one of the most badass movies of the year. And you put all three of those together, and it's still, for me, just an absolute masterpiece that I think we'll be talking about for years to come. But all in all, pretty good year for the movies. Oh man, I could have talked about Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
I love it when they say that.
All right, let's take another one of our big ones off our list, and let's talk about Superman. Superman.
Da, da, da.
So you saw this movie. I saw this movie. We saw it in the summer when it came out.
Yeah. We've established that we've seen Superman. I thought Superman was okay.
I liked Superman. I liked it a good bit.
Did you like Superman?
I don't know. I only saw it once, and I would watch it again. To me, it has sort of a Life of Chuck situation going on, where I talked to our friend Josh Brown, who really loved Life of Chuck. It's one of his favorites of the year. Super optimistic movie. Been accused of some schmaltz. When this movie came out, people loved it. It got a lot of praise. I'm talking about Life of Chuck still, but it has no staying power. I feel like Superman is a similarly optimistic movie, and I don't know, the optimistic message, like, to me, it's like it's drawing on so many real life parallels. It's directly commenting on like the Middle Eastern conflict right now, and I've heard people say you could kind of slot in whatever you want. To me, it's pretty 1-to-1.
It is 1-to-1. You could. I mean, it's vague enough. You could slot in some other stuff. I appreciate I appreciate a movie that's not afraid to kind of get specific with its messaging.
That's like the oxymoron. In real life, there is no Superman, and we don't see him actually interfere before the movie kicks off. We don't see him make his big decision where he comes out to the world as Superman. There's a lot of interesting things I feel like this movie omits. It even sidelines Superman like in the middle, and we spend a lot of time with the side characters.
I'll just say I thought it was an ugly as hell movie.
Oh.
I did not like the look of this movie. I'm getting a little tired of James Gunn, I think.
Oh.
It's just very rubbery and washed out, kind of. Like, there's color, but it's like washed out. I don't know.
For its credit, I think a lot of the CG looks better than most blockbusters right now.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I would want to watch this again, I think, because I think I might like it better on a rewatch. And like I said, it's not that I didn't like it. I thought it was okay. And I liked the portrayal of Superman. I thought the most interesting scene in the movie is him talking to Lois Lane,
right,
who has the responsibility to do this sort of thing. I think it made me appreciate Man of Steel better, honestly, because I appreciated that Zack Snyder was doing something different with Superman, and I felt like this was a little bit of a retread, which maybe we need that retread right now. We live in chaotic, cynical times, and maybe we need that. I'm a punk rocker because I'm good, I'm a nice guy. And I do dig that message. I do.
Yeah, I don't mind a monologue where Superman says, I am good, you are bad. Like, I really don't. And I love Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
Oh, yeah, he was really good. He's definitely doing that. Like, it was a year of every villain is either Elon Musk or Donald Trump. It was a year of that, which can get annoying because it's just, like, played out. But I thought Nicholas Hoult did a great job.
All right, what would you put this movie up against? And we do have it.
We do have a matchup, and we are going to be putting it up against the Batman, Robert Pattinson. And that's, we did we did Batman Begins versus Man of Steel, and we are going to continue our tradition and put it up against the Batman at some point.
Excellent.
In the future.
All right, give me that hat.
Here's the hat.
Give me that. Okay, I'll talk about this one. It's one only I saw.
Okay.
It's called Trail Mix.
Oh.
It's like a 50-ish minute movie by a guy who submitted to the Mountain Film Festival when I was still the director. And it's him hiking the Appalachian Trail. It's not the whole trail. but when I watched it for my job, it made me want to quit and go hike the trail. And it's fun because we went on a trip, a hiking trip this past year, and we did hike a small section of the AT, and then you lent me that book.
Yes, A Walk in the Woods.
A Walk in the Woods. I'm 200 pages in. I love
geez.
it. It's so good.
You're
Bill
crushing
Bryson is a great author. Yeah, I made that dent in like a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And Trail Mix is a good movie. It relies a little bit too much on stock footage at times, but the guy who made it, his name is Glenn Robert Schweitzer. He did a good job, I think, just with what he was capable of doing, turning into something compelling that I really enjoyed. And I think people should watch if they get a chance.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to check that out. I love nature. Ding. All right. My next. Here we go. I love this. This is the coolest thing ever. I feel like I'm gambling right now, dude. Tron Ares.
Boy,
This is one for both of us. Who Wants to Live Forever?
we saw this together in Johnson City.
Johnson City, Tennessee, and then I watched it by myself.
You saw it twice.
Saw it twice because I loved it so much.
Wow. Why?
I like Tron. I like the Tron series because I like the idea of instead of like aliens coming down here, it's actually something that we made. It's so like prescient, like for like AI becoming like a thing nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to. It's really a movie about IP though. Like I really feel like Tron Ares is just about like, okay, how are we gonna make Tron work? Because we're Disney and we don't know what the fuck we're doing because all of our IP sucks now. No one gives a shit. So here's Tron. We're gonna throw Tron out for the cult fans. Jared Leto, and actual Tron cult fans. And so basically it's a film about, okay, how do we get Tron Man, Ares, to live forever? So it's all about finding the permanence code and all this crap. And then Jeff Bridges, the one wise thing said in this film, says, it should really be called the impermanence code because nothing lives forever. And that's a lesson that Disney needs to learn. It's like you can't keep trotting out these IPs and making them live forever. And the film ends with a beautiful Nine Inch Nails song, Who Wants to Live Forever. I listen to it when I go to the gym. Awesome song. Tron Ares, I think it is like all the other Tron films, a flawed masterpiece.
Wow.
What'd you think, Jeff?
I thought it was okay. I actually liked it. I did like it. I can't say anything more than you did, though. That was great. Up next, Anniversary. That's just you.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm pressing like I'm a mouse in like an orgasm cage who keeps pressing the orgasm button, and I'm gonna die of orgasming. Anniversary. Yeah, I watched this movie. This is a real movie that exists, and it's a movie about like, what if your douchiest son married like a MAGA cult leader and then tore your family apart from the inside out as the country itself became a shell of its former self. And it all takes place on your wedding anniversary over a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
It was like a Lifetime movie mixed with like an actual drama is the best way I can just describe it. Like I was kind of confused about the tone of where this was supposed to land.
Can you recommend it?
Yes, I will recommend it because I think it's kind of fascinating. Because even if it doesn't land for you, you'll be like, that's weird that they're doing it like this.
That's it.
Lots of time jumps in there. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. All right, next. I keep looking in, and I need to not look into the hat.
You just can't wait to draw the Minecraft movie.
What if I got it? No, I got Begonia. Dude.
All right.
Did you see this?
I saw this.
Begonia.
Begonia feels like a movie that if it decides to end a certain way, the way that it ultimately does, it's almost like a prank on the audience.
Yes.
And to me, I don't know, there were elements to it. And, a lot of people really like this movie. I like it in the same way that I liked Eddington, because I did actually like Eddington. I liked it for the camera work, the performances, honestly, a lot of the script. Does it come together for me?
No.
To me, Begonia doesn't stick the landing.
It doesn't stick the landing. Yeah, I agree. It does kind of feel like a prank. I like Begonia better than Eddington because I like I think dynamics between the characters better. I enjoy a good, kidnapping and like this sort of like tense relationship between the kidnapper and the kidnappee. I liked all that stuff. I thought the film kind of tricks you into the mindset of Jesse Plemons and basically suggests that there's no way. It's the alienness of Emma Stone's character is unfalsifiable within this film.
Right.
It is like if they tell you she's not an alien, there's always a way that it was faked, or there's no reason to actually believe it because it could always be a conspiracy. So the only thing that it can do is reveal that she's an alien. So it feels predestined to be a certain way, and there should be more tension there. So it's like there was no tension for me. I was like, well, she's going to be revealed to be an alien because if she's not, what's the point? Like, there's just no point to this.
I don't think it makes a bad matchup with Eddington, but we do have it slated for a 2026 matchup with. How often do you get to throw a Neil Breen film into the mix?
Hell yeah, Neil Breen. I am here.
Begonia.
Now. Begonia, yeah.
All right. Let's hear from one more of our past guests.
Hey everyone, this is Joshua Grady coming in. If my voice sounds familiar, it's because I was on an episode of Hard Ticket only a couple weeks ago where Jeff and Tristan and I talked about Failsafe and Doctor Strangelove, a Kubrick and Lumet double feature, one of my favorites of all time. I'm going to come on here and talk about my favorite movie of this year, which was Yorgos Lanthimos' Begonia. I thought that the writing was incredibly sharp. I thought that it was an absolute masterclass in acting, both with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons' character. I thought that it was held up so strongly with an incredible score. The music in it was just pushing it along with so much force and immensity. I really appreciated what I saw in that film, and I think it, honestly, I think it might be Lanthimos' best film to date, in my opinion. And if I was to pair it up with another film, I think I'd have to go with another Sidney Lumet film, which is Network, 1976. I am just so in love with this movie. Like Begonia, the writing in it is just top-notch. Some of the most beautiful and well-balanced dialogue I've heard in a long time, and it really just punches you, just like Jesse Plemons' monologues and his dialogue with Emma Stone. And the thing I love the most about it is with both of these films, there's this idea of, how am I the only sane one here who understands just how the world works? I think there's a lot of similarities between Jesse Plemons' character and then the character Howard Beale in Network. Just this idea that I know the truth and I know what's out there, and no one else is brave enough or smart enough or sees well enough to admit just what's going on, to see what I see. Anyway, it was a great year for film. 2025 was great. I'm super looking forward to 2026. But yeah, Begonia, in my opinion, was the best of the best.
I can't believe they just said that. I could not disagree any more strongly of the person who just said that.
Tristan has no idea where I'm slotting.
No, I know exactly who said it. It was insert name here.
I say we talk about one of our two remaining pillar movies.
Okay.
And I have to ask, what the hell do you have to say about the Ice Cube War of the Worlds? That it requires being one of the. You campaigned for this to be one of the 5 major movies that we talked about.
It is because it had its moment in the sun. We watched this. Well, I kind of forced you to watch this with me during the summer. I don't apologize for that. But
here's the thing, folks. Tristan and I have a long-standing tradition of watching the worst movie of the year every year on New Year's Eve and ending the year that way. But the fact is, we've already watched the worst movie of the year. It's this.
We usually we kind of want to save a movie for the end. We don't know, obviously. We don't know until we watch it if it's the worst. And I wish we would have saved War of the Worlds because there's no way. I mean, we can watch the Popeye the Sailor Man. There's 3 Popeye the Sailor Man horror films.
All the public domain characters.
Yeah, we can watch one of those, and it's probably going to be worse than War of the Worlds. But I mean, worst in sort of an entertaining way is what I'm hoping for. War of the Worlds was interesting because I love the story of War of the Worlds. I grew up reading H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. We've talked about War of the Worlds on this podcast, paired with Independence Day. I've seen the other, adaptations. I've seen a lot of the adaptations, the shitty ones, and I've, listened to the H.G. Wells radio play and everything. I think updating it for the modern age, like a digital age, is fine. I think that there's a decent idea there. I like that the chain of reasoning for making this film was, oh, the Martians die from a virus. What if we did a computer virus? And then from there, it was just like Amazon delivery drone and all that crap.
This is a COVID movie as well. So everybody is the gimmick of this movie is it all takes place on screens. So Ice Cube is this like government agent. He's a surveillance.
Surveillance. Yeah. He works for the State Department or some bullshit. And it's a screen life movie, like Missing or Unfriended. Some bullshit like that.
From what I understand, it was so bad that I think it's Amazon who made it. They actually sat on it for years after completing it and didn't release it.
Good on them. That shows some restraint. Like that gives me hope that
up to a point.
Maybe Jeff Bezos is a little bit of a human being behind
right.
all
It was
wealth.
his direct call.
Yeah,
right?
They showed it to him. He's like, we have to sell this. We can't release this. But they finally did. And we've spent 2.5 minutes talking about it.
It's awful.
We
It's
could
so
definitely
bad.
talk about it for longer. But if you haven't seen it, I think you should watch it.
What would you put it up against?
What would I put it up against? I don't know. I would want to do like another Screen Life movie, but I don't know exactly what I would. If you
What's that doorbell cam movie?
There's a doorbell cam movie.
I think
you
there's
mean
a
dash cam.
Dash cam.
Oh,
Dash cam.
okay.
Something
Yeah.
like that, maybe.
Yeah, dash cam would be interesting because there's like a commentary on like contemporary politics in that movie,
Right, yeah.
and there's sort of a contemporary thing going on in War of the Worlds. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Dash cam, and the protagonists of both films are pretty annoying.
Yeah.
So awesome.
All right. Hat time. Hat time.
I think hat time should become a bumper for our show. Hat time.
Hat time.
All right, here we go. I am pulling out.
Megadoc.
You saw this.
I watched Megadoc at home. It's a documentary about the making of Megalopolis. Slightly elevated bonus feature fare
Yeah.
for the fact that its subject material is absolutely bonkers. Francis Ford Coppola is losing his mind. He's 85 years old. People compare him to like a jazz pianist, except like you can't improvise in film if it's like $150 million budget. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's a really interesting doc, and it did make me want to watch Megalopolis again, which I already did want to do because it's just fascinating. And there were so many rumors swirling around about the making of Megalopolis. They are just as interesting as they sound. I mean, like the film itself, it's not structured any fantastic way, but it covers the whole production process, and it just kind of like it contextualizes the film so well. You gotta see it.
It's like scaffolding for the architectural marvel that is Megalopolis.
Yeah.
Which is, does it need it? Does it need that scaffolding?
It's actually about like people who put up the scaffolding as if they hired the Three Stooges to do it. It's entertaining.
Seriously? Wow.
Hat time. I just got The Phoenician Scheme.
The Phoenician Scheme, we both watched this. Jeff, I know you have a strong opinion about people who are poo-pooing that Wes Anderson is doing the same shit that he always does.
Yeah, I think, so what? So what if he
You like that shit.
I like, well, we had Marty Supreme come out this year, and Marty Supreme is like the 4th or 5th time a Safdie has done this scummy New Yorker
Yes.
kind of, and I eat it up every single time. Now, I don't think The Phoenician Scheme leaves as much of a lasting impression, but I did catch like a good portion of it when I came home one day and one of my roommates was watching it, and I sat down and rewatched it with them, and I love it. I mean, it's so fun. It's quaint. There's a moment where Benicio del Toro's character gets slapped, and the camera cuts to POV, and it just hard pans when he gets slapped to Jeffrey Wright, who's sitting next to him. He's just looking at him like, whoa.
Yeah, I do remember that shot.
There's so many cool little things in this movie, and it's probably in my top 10 of the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the Anderson. I like Anderson's style, and I like that he does the same thing. I think for me, like the story wasn't as interesting. I think that's the thing for Anderson, because all of his movies are going to be the same. So you need some characters or stories or some ideas being explored that are going to stand out. For me, I really liked Asteroid City.
I love Asteroid City.
I loved Asteroid City. I thought it was his best movie in years, compared to like The French Dispatch.
I love The French Dispatch.
Well, see, I only kind of liked The French Dispatch, and I only kind of liked The Phoenician Scheme. I thought it was his weakest in a while, honestly. So for me, yeah, good but not great. If you like Anderson, if you're a completionist like I am, you gotta watch. You gotta collect them all.
Yeah.
So I went and saw it. I will say Bryan Cranston playing basketball, scene of the year. Yeah, that's the Phoenician scheme. And we're tied.
All right.
Good Boy.
Good Boy. We both watched this one.
Yeah, we both watched Good Boy.
You watched it twice.
I did watch Good Boy twice because I went and saw it without the person I was supposed to see it with, and so I had to rewatch it and pretend like, oh wow, the dog lives at the
he's
end.
good, yeah.
Good Boy is Bad Boy. No, I thought it was. I think it's an interesting experiment, and I liked the dog's performance. I think I was set up for failure because people were like, "It's like Skinamarink for dogs."
Yeah.
And I love Skinamarink. I'm a big fan of that style. It was like a Michael Snow kind of movie.
It was impressionistic in a way that Good Boy absolutely wasn't.
Was not.
Yeah. I watched Good Boy and I thought to myself, there's a whole lot of nothing happening.
It was like everything that everybody said about Skinamarink, where it's like nothing's happening, but
Yeah.
like the tension of Skinamarink, that none of that was there.
Yeah.
In Good Boy for me, I was just like, it's just a dog. It's just a dog, dude.
Yeah, and what I will say is that animals cannot act. Animals literally cannot hone in a performance. They cannot play a character. Now, you can train them to seem as if they do on camera.
I think a monkey can.
I don't think so.
I think a monkey can because a monkey's got a theory of mind.
You're talking about like dumb chimps? I don't think so. No, but a dog certainly cannot. And the way that they shoot this dog, I mean, they shot this movie over like the course of 3 years because this is not a trained dog. It's just the director's dog. It has the same name in the movie as it does in real life.
Yeah. Buddy or whatever.
It's Indy.
Yeah,
he's
right.
a huge cinephile. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, right.
And I think for that reason, like I do really appreciate a lot of what Good Boy does.
I appreciate I appreciate the effort behind it for sure.
Yeah.
It took them like 400 days to shoot. Like 100%. That's awesome. The product of like what came out of it, I was not that impressed by. I think maybe if they had replaced the dog with a dumb chimp.
So you're going to see Primate next year.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, I'm seeing Primate. You bet your bippy I'm seeing that movie. Just the dog thing. It was a gimmick. I thought it was a gimmick, and I wanted it to rise above gimmick, and it never did.
Well, I thought...
There's 2 minutes, folks.
Smurfs. That's something I can talk about.
All right, Jeff.
So
That's
I watched
you.
I watched a cam rip of the new Smurfs movie from home because our friend Josh Brown and I decided that was the most appropriate way to watch it. It's awful. If you needed to know how awful it is, it stars James Corden, and that's all you need to know.
It stars him?
Yeah, it's so bad. It is so bad. I was suffering when I was watching it.
Is it the worst movie of the year?
That's not worse than War of the Worlds.
Oh, it isn't? Oh,
no,
okay.
I don't think it's worse than War of the Worlds. I think it's awful. Don't get me wrong. Terrible, horrible. I'm angry. I'm angry now.
I'm scared right now.
Yeah, man. And that's honestly all I'm going to say about it.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to draw another one. An absolute fire, another one. Here we go. Oh, I got to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh, that's all you, baby.
This is all me. This is my most liked Letterboxd review maybe ever. I got like 124 likes on this one, which is surprising. I got to see this for a screen unseen. So I am one of the lucky couple million who got to see this before the unlucky couple million who got to see it a week later.
Uh-huh.
It is the worst Jurassic Park movie. I'm going to put my foot down and say that right now.
Oh,
yes,
boy.
even worse than Dominion,
Mm.
because Dominion was at least kind of interesting to me the way that it fucked up. Because Dominion is probably a bigger mess of a film.
It's a mess.
It's a huge mess, and it's basically the Rise of Skywalker of the Jurassic series. Basically, yeah. So, but Rebirth is just boring. It has no soul. It has no life. It is just transparently a copy of a dozen other movies, Spielberg movies specifically. Spielberg specifically. Even though Gareth Edwards has this like visual style that everybody kind of is like, ooh, Rogue One and The Creator, there was like none of that scale here. Every character was boring and cardboard.
Oh, I'm sorry, but we're out of time.
And I'm done talking about this piece of crap.
All right, let's hear from another one of our past guests.
What up, Hard Ticket Podcast? My name's Davis Rohr, and I was the special guest for the Teen 7 Kirk episode, 1917 versus Dunkirk, whatever. And if I had to pick my favorite film of 2025, it was Almost Warfare. Thought that one was a shoo-in when it came out, saw it in theaters, and it kicked ass. But I then looked back at the movie I watched multiple times, the one that got me in my feels, the one that maybe I had a little bit of convincing from show host Tristan. But overall, I think my 2025 movie has to be Train Dreams. It just hit me right in my feels. It's cozy AF. It makes me feel good, but also sad at the same time. And it reached a point of vulnerability and comfort that I hadn't felt in a movie for a long time. But hey, shout out to films that have been shot with only natural light, am I right? And if I had to pin it against any other film, I think I got two options here. I think the meme option would be Manchester by the Sea, as, spoiler alert, both of these movies are heavily affected by family and big fires. But also because of the way it's shot and because of the metaphysical journey of a single individual who also has to deal with family loss, Jeremiah Johnson kind of comes to mind. I don't know. I had a hard time picking a movie to pin this against, but hey, I can stretch anything into an argument, I guess. But anyways, hope you all had a great 2025, and thanks again to the Hard Ticket Podcast for having me on. Rock on, fellas.
We have one more pillar of the year movie. I think the one that maybe would be the most contentious to call one of the biggest of the year, but that is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. My girlfriend loved this movie. She couldn't wait to see it. In fact, we were one of the few who actually caught it in a theater before it hit Netflix. Wow. And I'm glad we did because it was great on the big screen. I think she wanted to like it so bad. She's a huge Mary Shelley fan. She's a huge Frankenstein fan. And you get exactly what you're expecting from it, which is a Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein. He's made a career out of making monsters into people and people into monsters, doing that switch in his movies. I think Frankenstein does it really well. I actually liked it more than most of his recent movies. I don't know what exactly clicked with me for this movie, but I don't know. It worked really well for me.
I did not like this movie. I thought it was ugly for one. I did not like the look. It looked to me like I was watching Wicked or some bullshit. Like I hated the colors.
Have you seen Wicked?
No, but it looked like all the trailers I've seen for Wicked, which is even worse. Yeah, I thought it was a really ugly movie to look at. I thought you said you got exactly what you thought you'd get out of it, which is a Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein, and that is exactly what I got out of it. And I can't say disappointed. I don't always click with del Toro. I do like, Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah,
the Labyrinth. I do like Pan's Labyrinth and some of his other stuff. But there's like some like Crimson Peak, and I just don't click with it. And I thought it was really on the nose with a lot of its themes. I think one of the triumphs of Mary Shelley's original novel, which I wrote an essay about when I was in college, is that there is this multiplicity of interpretations. And I felt like it was very much like, you're the monster, Victor. And I thought that simplified it a little too much.
Directly includes that line. I hate that part of it. I hate when they say you're the monster.
You're the monster.
It feels like it's for the TikTok generation in case they're not paying attention.
Second screen, man.
Well, you don't need to spell it out. Like if Frankenstein has been misinterpreted a lot, which there's a lot of iconography having to do with the original Universal monster movie version of Frankenstein.
Right.
You kind of feel like Del Toro's trying to recanonize it. I think he's successful in that.
I think, he makes the monster sympathetic, if that's what you mean. Yeah, he definitely does. Jacob Elordi. Everybody loves Jacob Elordi right now. I thought he was just okay as Frankenstein.
Oh, damn.
I thought he looked like Prometheus. What can I say? He looked like Blue Man Group. That's it. That's the review.
I thought Elordi did great. I thought Oscar Isaac did great.
Yeah, and I thought even Oscar Isaac, I was like, he's fine. Like I just had nothing. I watched it and it kind of washed over me, and that was my issue with it. There was no staying power there.
Okay,
and maybe because it does feel so phony. It's interesting that it's a movie about stitching together all these component parts and reanimating this bloated corpse into something that moves and talks. And the film itself kind of looks like a modeled bloated corpse to me.
Well, we're out of time with that one. Why don't you go ahead and draw something from the hat?
Yeah, I don't want to leave off on that note.
We do have a matchup planned for Frankenstein that hopefully we will get to in 2026.
Okay, so I picked We Buried the Dead.
Did not see it.
Which you did not see. This is not technically a 2025 release. I think it's a 24 release, but I think it's getting kind of a wide release here at the end of the year and then the beginning of January. So I'll just kind of quickly cover my thoughts. Daisy Ridley stars in this. Ridley has been in just a bunch of just smaller budget films post Star Wars. Thought her best was Sometimes I Think About Dying. Found that one to be relatable, maybe not for the reason that you might think, but I just thought her performance was very charming. This was another one where she's just sort of like very played below the belt, I thought, or maybe that's not the phrase I'm looking for. She's just cards close to the chest. Okay,
Yeah.
very emotionally reserved. It's a zombie movie, but it's really about like it's really about just like loss and about grief and about trying to pick up the pieces of a world that is coming undone at the seams, which again, something we can relate to, something that a lot of these films have in common.
Well, we're out of time with that one. Why don't you hand me that hat?
All right, Jeff, here's the trilby.
All right. I just drew the movie If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Okay, you've seen this.
And you saw this?
I did not see
You did not see this. Okay, so I watched this movie. It was very, it was a lot more impressionistic than I thought it was going to be. And at first it was a little gimmicky. Like the camera was staying on our main character. It had like this kind of, he was following her. Is this just going to be her reaction to everything?
Right.
But it transcends that eventually. It becomes something a lot more thoughtful and a lot more, I don't know. It's definitely a movie that I want to watch again. I would put it up against something like Eraserhead. I mean, it is about a mother who has a sick child and all the stress that she's dealing with in her life while her husband is absent, but giving her phone calls from his business trip, telling her how to do stuff. It's almost a little bit, it can come across a little bit torture pornish, but at the same time, I also think it transcends some of those criticisms as well. And it's one that I am planning on revisiting for the reason of a lot of the really impressive stuff that it does filmically.
Yeah, that one's been making a lot of like best of the year lists, and so it's one that I want to catch too, but we're out of time. So I am going to put my little hand into this little hat and dig out a little movie to pull out. And the first one I dig out is, this is another one for you, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. You
didn't see this one?
I did not see this.
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise fighting AI. And typical,
just like real life.
I watched starting from 3, I watched the rest of the Mission Impossible series this year. So I watched all of them in succession. This movie doesn't make as much of an impression. The stunts are great. There's some cool underwater scenes as well.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get to them. It's a lot of build up before then. Doesn't have to be the length that it is. It's still impossible to ignore just how impressively it was made. With all these movies, I feel.
That's true. Cruise is top of his game. He's like the modern Buster Keaton in a lot of ways. And I will say, even though I haven't seen it, I do want to watch it because Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is the coolest movie title ever. And so Final Reckoning, I feel like I have to just see it through. And also that trailer for Dead Reckoning where it's just like a guy saying just like platitudes he's just like, this mission and our duty and our honor,
that's
and
all
our sacrifice. And I was just like, dude, I don't know what you're saying, but it seemed like AI wrote it, and that's what makes it
right.
Kind of
even
amazing.
Though they're fighting AI.
Yeah, that's what makes it kind of amazing. I'm like, the world is truly just this blob that we live in. All right, Jeff, pull another one out of that MFN hat.
Presents. This one's for you.
Oh, Presents. Is this a 25 release? Really?
It had I think a festival release or a limited release last year, but I think wide 2025.
We got Presents. This is a Steven Soderbergh joint. I really was jiving with this up until the very end, and the ending ruined it for me. But I will say, turn it off before then. What would I pair this up with? Probably Ghost. Ghost. Patrick Swayze.
Okay. Not like Good Boy?
No. I paired it up with Ghost. This was interesting. It was like a POV, you're a ghost and you're wandering around a house, which I kind of loved. I love haunted houses. I love ghosts. I love when cameras do weird things.
A ghost story is also such a good...
Yeah, a ghost story would probably be a good one too. It's a ghost story, and so it's about loss and it's about sadness. And would I recommend it? Yes. Turn it off 5 minutes before it ends, and it'll be a good movie.
All right, let's hear from our final former guest of the year, who's going to tell us their favorite movie of 2025.
Hey, Jeff. It's Rob Simmons. Just trying to actually get in contact with Tristan. Could you give me his contact? I just want his number because, I think after our last episode, I was I saw some I found a lot of crumbs around my van, and a lot of my granola bars are missing, and I figured probably one of you two, and I noticed, and I as I left, I kind of saw some crumbs around Tristan's mustache, and that I don't mind it that much. It's like just a granola bar, but it was my granola bar, and I do live in a van, and it's like kind of kicking some always down. So I don't know if if you give me his number, I want to reach out and just see if he's willing to admit that he took my granola bars. Like I said, it's just a granola bar, but it's not a big deal. But I probably won't be talking to him or you or anybody really. I think I'll leave town. But yeah, if you just give me the number, like I said, it's just a granola bar. My pick of this year, I was between Marty Supreme and Train Dreams, but then I was like, oh, dude, this movie Listers, I forgot that was this year, and that was great. That was had van life, just two brothers who were stoners looking at a bunch of birds. I really liked that. And it was a very fun watch. Felt very homemade, a mix of really cinematic footage of actual wildlife and then just camcorder footage of them hanging out in the van. So I'm going to pick that. It was awesome. And they just posted it on YouTube for free and just kind of gave it to the world. And super fun. Very creative, just kind of a fun project with brothers. And I was trying to think what I could pair it with. And I guess maybe I put it up against American movie, the one that's about these two guys in Wisconsin. And there's that one character who's pretty zonked on LSD, or done a lot of just kind of, I don't know. I think that's my only potential pairing. Also a great one. Good fun watch. Anyways, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And if you could shoot me Tristan's number.
That was our final little tidbit there. Now we're going to keep drawing movies from this hat because we can't stop ourselves.
Dude, it's like gambling. It's like gambling. And, I've always had sort of an addictive personality. So this sort of thing just makes me, all right, here we go. Ooh, okay. I landed on The Mastermind.
Ooh.
Kelly Reichardt's latest film.
I will say I watched 20 minutes of this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but don't. Just keep going.
Starring Josh O'Connor. Josh O'Connor, Year of Josh O'Connor. This movie was a pleasant little diversion. It was a perfect Sunday afternoon watch at the movie theater. Just about this art thief who is always one step behind where he needs to be, basically.
Okay.
And just sort of watching as just the inevitable catches up to him. I like movies like this because it felt methodical, but also paced itself, and it was nice and slow. I love the...
Sounds stressful.
Well, stressful for him, yeah. But for me, it was kind of relaxing, because I was just like, it's okay. It's going to catch up to you, and that's fine. And he eventually does. He gets swept up in a protest, basically, which is interesting. And the soundtrack is great. Cinematography is great. It's a period piece, and it really feels like the era it was set in. So I would recommend The Mastermind. Jeff.
All right, hat time.
Draw another one.
Yeah, sorry, we watched so many movies this year. We got to get through some of these.
We love talking about them.
All right, Thunderbolts asterisk.
This is you.
This is just me. Tristan did not go see that cape shit. Honestly, I actually really enjoyed Thunderbolts. I'm not gonna lie. It's the best Marvel MCU movie that's come out since I don't know, Ragnarok, maybe. Oh, I guess maybe Endgame. I actually do like Endgame.
How about the Eternals, dude?
Oh, that movie. No, Thunderbolts, it says a lot about, I think, the present. It says a lot about the fears. Because that's what superheroes are supposed to be about,
Yeah.
right? They're supposed to be about combating contemporary fears. And I think the Thunderbolts does that. It's very much like it's a movie about mental health,
Yeah.
weirdly enough. It's this group of misfits, this ragtag team that, spoilers, becomes the new Avengers at the end. But that's not really important because it's actually a pretty small scale conflict.
So are they going to be in what is it? Doomsday? Are they going to be in the next one? do you
I
think?
can't see how they couldn't be Doomsday.
Okay, so they have to be in Doomsday.
They have to.
Because I saw that trailer and it was just Steve Rogers with a baby, and I'm like, what?
All right, let's draw another one
Let's
here.
draw another one. Oh, I love it. I love drawing this thing. Okay, and this is this is appropriate. I got Spinal
Spinal
Tap
Tap
2.
2.
The End Continues. We both watched this.
Yes, we did.
And we covered the first Spinal Tap.
We
here.
did.
And obviously, in light of recent events, Rob Reiner has been tragically murdered. His wife tragically murdered by what appears to be their son.
Yes.
Allegedly, covering our legal bases.
Nice.
Well, this sucks because I have to talk about the fact that I didn't really like this movie.
Well, let me say something then.
Okay.
In that case, let me
Okay.
save you from
Save
saying
me.
something you'll regret here. To me, you look at a legacy sequel like Spinal Tap. Any legacy sequel can be saying something poignant. It could be making a point about where its characters slot into the modern day, making an excuse for its existence.
Yeah.
Spinal Tap 2, I think we both agree it doesn't really do that. What it does do is it doesn't betray the spirit of how the first one was made. And I think Reiner was more than capable of crafting a narrative where his characters have to grapple with their irrelevance.
Yeah.
But to me, that would be betraying the spirit of how they made the first one. I mean, we talked in our episode about how he wanted the cast to have writing credits because of how much they improvised when they were younger and sharper and funnier, probably.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
not that Spinal Tap 2 is without its funny moments. I think it has some.
Name one.
But
Elton John.
yeah, Elton John is in it. But I do think that to Reiner, it was less important to strong arm everybody into some movie that they had to play characters that they basically invented the first
Yes.
time around. I think it's important that he didn't do that.
I think that is a wonderful way to spin. No, I agree. No, I 100% agree. I think that's a great way to phrase it, and I agree. I think to me it just felt like more of the same. But that's not necessarily a bad thing if that's what you're looking for. And they did it, and they had a fun time doing it too. And the Q&A that I got to watch afterward, they seemed like they were just having a fun time. So I respect that. Not for me, but it will find its audience, I'm sure.
My dad will like it.
Your dad, White Molasses, will love it.
Yes, they will.
All right, Jeff, you want to draw another one?
Ooh, Bring Her Back.
Oh, we both saw this.
We did both see this, and I continue to contend this movie is only as good, or the idea they had when they made it is that it could only be as good as they could make the kid look creepy and gross. Because the whole point of this movie is that there is a demon inhabiting this child, and that the child has to be fed the remains of a daughter who passed by her mother so that it can be reincarnated.
So she can bring her back.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think I understand the rules. I think I understand how it works.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's just reincarnation. You must consume another. I think there's something there. Consumption. We live in an age of mass consumption. AI is consuming everything and amalgamating it, and it's horrific. And nobody can let go of the past. No one can move past their grief. I think there's some contemporary themes in there that are interesting. I liked this movie better than its predecessor. I liked it better than Talk to Me.
And I think Talk to Me did a more interesting take on grief and trauma than this movie does, personally.
I guess I think maybe I like the visceral a little bit. I think I
Like the
like
creepy
visceral.
little kid?
Yeah, I like that a little bit more than I think you do in general. So I liked it a little bit better than Talk to Me, but they're kind of interchangeable, I think. Which is a shame because you do want these they're brothers, right? These YouTubers,
Yeah.
to be evolving in some way, and I don't know what to expect from them. They're not on Kreger's level of notoriety, I feel. So
Yeah.
we'll see what comes in the future. Talk to Me, or
They're working on Talk 3 Me.
shut up, Jesus, Talk 3 Me. Too Fast, Too Furious. Bring Her Back. Would I recommend it? Sure.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it. I say give it a watch if you like to see
Creepy little kids.
little potbelly kid.
All right. Hat time.
Hat time. Here we go. Oh, I think we both saw this one. It is called The Running Man.
Yes, we did.
The Running Man is the latest Edgar Wright flop. No, it did flop though, right? Didn't it?
I don't know. Probably.
Which is a shame because it is a pleasant diversion from your evening, your normal evening. I thought it was fun. You know, Glenn Powell. Running around. He's just running around.
He's running around. To me, I was like, what is this world? Because it's like dystopic in the city, but then he leaves the city and it's like pretty normal. Like it looks like our regular world.
Well, you know how there are some, you leave any city and it's like the countryside is just sort of frozen in time. I think that's sort of that's what it is.
I guess so, but it's hard to do like a Big Brother thing while also like I'm just reminded of the present. Now, to me, I actually really enjoyed The Running Man because I stopped caring about it making any sense halfway through. And once you do that, trust me, it's great.
I think it's a fun time. I think Edgar Wright's having a fun time directing it. I think the ending of it, lost me though. I was sort of just like, oh, my eyes glazed over because I didn't care about any of like the twists and stuff.
But to me, that's when I was like, I surrender.
Okay, but I did like him actually doing the running when he was a man running. I was like, this is fun.
This is what I signed up for. This.
I don't care about him like fighting some scarred guy who's like, that was a guy. Lee Pace, right? Is that who it was?
I don't care.
Pushing daisies. Anybody? The Running Man. It will be forgotten in about 20 seconds after the end of this. Ding. All right, here we go. It's forgotten already. All right, Jeff. Draw.
All right.
Draw another one.
I see Novocaine in there.
Ooh.
But I got Avatar: Fire and Ash. Now this is just a you one.
Oh, it's just me? Oh, thank God.
I did not do my cinematic duty, which is kind of what it feels like every time a new Avatar comes out.
Keep talking, dude, because I want you to run up the timer on this one because I don't. No, I thought this movie was fine. It's basically The Way of Water Part 2. The ending is uncanny. The way that it just repeats what happens in The Way of Water.
Oh no.
Not much changes. We do have a new faction, a new Na'vi faction. Una Chaplin comes in as everybody's like girlfriend, their waifu or whatever, and everybody has a crush on her now because she's like goth Na'vi. Yeah, you can tell I love Avatar. I'm talking about all the.
Didn't you paint yourself blue when you
I blew myself. Yeah. The quota guy comes back. What's most important to me is that the quota guy comes back.
I got quotas to meet.
I got to meet my quota. He comes back. He now has a robot arm.
Ding.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, what you got for us?
All right, next movie. I love this. Like, I don't have to commit to anything. This is what I love about this. I'm a gambler and I don't have to commit because I'm a Libra. Hell of a Summer, Jeff. This is you.
Yes, this is a movie that Finn Wolfhard co-directed with some guy I don't remember, and also co-stars in with some guy I don't remember. The whole movie is pretty unmemorable.
Okay.
It's like a postmodern slasher with a funny bone. Like there's kids at a camp, and there's this counselor who keeps coming back, and everybody's like, "Well, you're kind of a loser because you keep coming back to camp." I forget the guy who plays him, but I actually like him as an actor, and I think he does a fine job. This movie is just like, I don't know. It's just not that interesting.
Did you see it in theaters?
I did see it in theaters. I went with a group of ex-friends. Yeah, I don't know.
Hell of a Summer.
I just didn't really care for it. I don't know. Let's end this one early.
All right, we're done.
You're done.
This is like a rapid fire.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, rapid. You want to take it down to 30 seconds each?
No, dude. I'm too stressed right now.
All right. Until Dawn, this is you.
Oh, I saw this movie. I saw this movie. Until Dawn is based on a video game that I never heard of until Dawn.
It takes me back.
Yeah, it takes me back. No, so I watched this. I think Rami Malek's in it, or he's in the video game. I can't remember actually.
Okay.
They kind of blend together, which I guess is a good thing.
It'd be weird to cast him in the game and not the movie, right?
It would be kind of weird, yeah, because he is an actor. Until Dawn, a lot of people were saying this movie sucks. I am one of those people. Like, I thought it kind of sucked. Some people started exploding from the water they were drinking. Oh, it's got Peter Stormare in it. You know, from the Coen brothers. He's
Which movie?
he's in Fargo. He's Steve Buscemi's friend.
Oh, his buddy who kills him.
Yeah, he's his buddy who kills him, and he plays like the doctor. And I thought his performance, and he plays the doctor in the game too. I thought his performance was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Until Dawn, video game movies are a thing now. God help us all. All right, I get to pick the next movie.
You do. You do.
And I get Keeper. Did you see Keeper?
No. That's
Keeper,
Osgood Perkins, right?
Yeah, it's the latest Osgood Perkins abortion.
What? Are we gonna have to pair this with Unplanned?
No. Keeper sucked.
Oh no.
This is a really divisive movie, though. Why did I think it sucked? I thought that it was too obtuse. It took a long time for me to be like, oh, okay. And it needed that all okay moment, I think, a little sooner. So I spent most of the movie just being like, what the is happening? And who are these people?
And it didn't redeem itself.
Yeah, and like none of the characters seemed like actual people. It got a little better in like the third act, I think. So it ends, I think it ends on a better note. But the rest of the movie, I was just like, this is stupid. Osgood, more like Ozbad.
Okay. Oh, well.
All right, Joe.
All right. We've got Die My Love. This is just you.
This is just me again. Oh, Die My Love, I thought was a good movie, actually. This one's kind of controversial right now.
It's Pattinson and Lawrence, right?
Pattinson and Lawrence. J. Law turns in a pretty good performance as a woman who likes to crawl on all fours and bark like a animal.
Sounds like Baby Girl.
I've never seen it.
I think she drinks milk in that.
Are you asking me if J. Law drinks milk?
No, Nicole Kidman. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, she does drink milk in that, I'm pretty sure. This movie was interesting to me. It reminded me of some other movies. It reminded me of some... Mother is a good one. It reminded me of Shirley, like the Shirley Jackson biopic.
Yeah.
This is a movie about like creative constipation. It's about postpartum depression, psychosis.
Okay.
I could not place when it was taking place, which I thought was really interesting. I was like, what time period is this?
Do they get in a car at all?
They do. And then I finally figured out that it's just modern day. And I was like, holy shit. It was kind of it was a big revelation for me.
That's it.
This has a potential to be one of the best movies of the year.
Shit. Wow. I wish you said more about that.
Rental Family.
You saw this. I didn't.
This is another one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Rental Family.
It's almost like you saw more movies than
I did. Brendan Fraser comes back. He's back, folks, and he works for a rental agency that rents him out to pretend to be like family members or basically whatever role they want them to play. So
that's hot.
It's a movie about so it sort of has like Lost in Translation vibes because I think he's in Japan and he's like, I can't figure out like this culture. And the guy's like, you could be in Japan for your whole life and never figure out like the culture. So really it's more about like your performance in society and the masks that you wear and trying to figure out like who your true self is.
Yeah.
And so he's able to help all these people like reach some sort of emotional catharsis by pretending to be someone else. And through doing so ends up knowing himself better. So I thought it was pretty sweet. It kind of, it was like a 3 out of 5 movie for me. So it kind of like washed through me. But if you like Brendan Fraser and you like a nice heartwarming story, I think it's a heartwarmer for sure.
The Day the Earth Blew Up. Oh, I'm glad I get to talk about this.
This is you.
This is the first fully animated, theatrically released Looney Tunes movie, and it's a good time. It is exhausting. I mean, it's frantic. It's a crisp 90, might even be less minute movie. It's really funny at parts. There are some parts are kind of aimed towards a younger audience, but there are just enough, I think, jokes that really hit for all ages because it's slapstick. It's the Looney Tunes. There's some clever stuff in there. Daffy Duck and Porky Pig are trying to save the Earth, and there's this alien that gets into the chewing gum.
Oh my God.
And so they start taking out. It's like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And so they become this hive mind. Anybody who's chewing the gum becomes like an alien. And there's a montage of them burning gum to It's the End of the World as We Know It by REM. That was a great moment.
They're burning gum?
Yeah, they're like I forget if they're like tickling people or punching them in the stomach, and they spit out their gum and they burn the gum. They got to burn the aliens.
Is gum flammable IRL? That's in real life.
Well, when there's an alien in it, I don't know.
I picked The Threesome, which I saw.
And I did not.
And you did not. This was another screen unseen movie for me.
Wow.
I love movies like this. I love character movies where it's just like they do a thing in the beginning and then the dominoes fall. So the movie is this guy and he's like on a date with this girl and his ex comes up in the bar and she's like kind of jealous, but they end up all hitting it off, all three of them.
All
so
right.
they have a threesome.
The threesome.
The titular threesome. And they both get pregnant.
Whoa.
Both women get pregnant.
Whoa.
Yeah. And this guy's just like, oh my God, like, I love you. So basically what happens is he gets back with his ex after that night.
Oh, wow.
And he has to like decide like, so they're like having a good family and everything. And then the lady that they hooked up with shows up later and she's pregnant. She's like, you got me pregnant. Meanwhile, the other ex is pregnant too. So she decides she doesn't want the baby because the other woman's pregnant. And she's like, you should just go with her and be her baby daddy. And he's like, no, I don't want to be with her. She's like kind of a weird. Like,
dude, I think we're out of time.
Yeah. Listen, you should watch the threesome. It's,
you recommend it?
I would totally recommend it. Yeah, it was probably the biggest pleasant surprise I got from a screen unseen this year. I wouldn't have watched it otherwise. I would totally recommend it. Some people were like, "Oh, it's like pro-life, anti-abortion." No, it's not. It's not like that. It's all about respecting choice. And
that's controversial.
Yeah, well, it was controversial for like superficial reasons.
I see.
It was just people on Letterboxd wanting to have a hot take. It's not pro. I mean, like I'm not going to spoil what happens, but yeah, it's not pro-abortion or anti-abortion or anything.
Nice. Now, time to get to the only question that matters on this show. No, but I am curious. We've heard from all of our past guests what their favorite movies of the year were. Tristan, what's yours?
Oh my God, you're going to go with me first?
Yeah. A little role reversal here on Hard Ticket.
Can I at least say what my top 5 were, and then I can narrow it down from there?
We'll call them honorable mentions.
Okay, we'll say top 5.
All right.
One Battle After Another.
Okay.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Good one.
Marty Supreme.
Awesome.
If Supreme. Sentimental Value.
Great.
And Hamnet.
Okay.
Which you haven't seen.
No. I almost watched it right before this recording, but unfortunately, things didn't quite work out. Now, from those 5, can you narrow down just one?
I will discard Wake Up Dead Man.
Okay.
Next, I'm going to discard... Oh, it's so hard. Hamnet.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm going to discard Hamnet because I did have a problem with Hamnet that held it back for me. And we will get into it at some point, I'm sure.
Right.
I'm going to hold back Sentimental Value.
All right.
I think I really like Sentimental Value. It's a complex film, which I love. I love to be able to dig into a film's ideas that it's exploring. Didn't resonate with me emotionally in the way that I was hoping it would.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have Marty Supreme and One Battle After Another.
And you've already said one of those was not your favorite movie of the year.
Yes. So it's Marty Supreme. I think it's Marty Supreme is my favorite.
Supreme, your favorite movie of the year?
I think Marty Supreme takes number 1. I had such a great time watching Marty Supreme. I think it's just like an experience kind of film. And I think that if you want an anxiety attack, you should go to the theater right now and watch Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Lots of interesting ideas being explored there. We don't have to get into that because I'm curious to hear about your favorites of the year.
Yeah. Marty Supreme, I literally watched it yesterday, so it's still very fresh, but I was like geeking. I mean, I was smiling so wide when I was watching it. And at the first hour, I was like, this isn't making me anxious like Uncut Gems, and I really appreciate it. That did not last much longer after I had that thought. Mighty Supreme is fantastic. I call it my number 2. My number 1 of the year is Sorry Baby.
Oh, okay.
And Sorry Baby to me, it took me a minute to get into it, but what I was so impressed by is the line that it walks between like the super serious subject material and the deeply hilarious kind of script and performance by Eva Victor, and her directorial debut as well. She wrote, directed, and starred in it. Most of the time when I hear that, I'm like, well, this is going to have its problems. And Sorry Baby to me is like, it's sort of a smaller scale movie. And my favorites of the past years have usually been like that. Last year it was Good One. The year before that it was The Quiet Girl. I love these movies. They feel really human to me.
Yeah.
They always have like a touch of indie
Yeah.
to them. Like, maybe you're doing some handheld camera kind of stuff. Sorry Baby to me shakes that feeling off because it feels so intentional.
Oh, yeah.
To me. All the camera moves, all of the cuts specifically, I was really appreciative of when it didn't do like a standard, 2-shot, like OTS kind of thing. There's so much intentionality behind it. I think elevates it so much, more so than a much larger scale movie like Marty Supreme or One Battle After Another. Sorry Baby is my favorite movie of the year.
That's a good pick. I just watched it yesterday and I was definitely impressed. I was like you, kind of took me a second to get into it. I think the millennialisms of like the way everybody talked, I was just like,
that's what took me a second.
Yeah, I was
but
like,
it feels honest by the end.
By the end, it feels very honest. Yeah, and when she finally apologizes to the baby, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, baby.
Yep.
So no, that's another great one. Definitely top 10 for me, I would say. Good pick, Jeff. Good one.
Yeah. Overall, how did 2025 do?
Sucks. No, 2025 has a lot of issues. But here toward the end of the year, I feel like it definitely picked up and got better for me in terms of like movies that were coming out.
Yeah.
It really took till about September before I was like, okay, there's some stuff coming out that I actually think is decent.
Yeah.
So, because I'm a hater.
You are a hater.
And you can't hate the player, you hate the game.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Hey, guys, Happy New Year. We have a very, very exciting 2026 planned, but we're going to start things out by doing a first ever for Hard Ticket. We are going to take a break.
We're done.
We're going to take a week off, collect our bearings, kind of get our ducks in a row, and hit the ground running mid-January. We have something, special episode planned before we get back to our regular matchups. But for now, we just want to tell you thank you for listening. It's been a big year for us. It's been a bad year.
A big bad year.
But the podcast has been something we've really enjoyed doing. It's been a light in the darkness. And, if you like listening, rate us 5 stars on Spotify, tell your friends, and reach out to us. You can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hard Ticket Pod, all lowercase, all one word. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Jeff Blogus, all lowercase, all one word, Tristan.
Yeah, if you want to browse my nano genres, you need to follow me on Letterboxd, Tristan_M, period. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Tristan_less if you want to browse my regular genres. You can also email the podcast, hardticketpodcast@gmail.com. We have a YouTube.
We do.
Follow us at Jeff Blogus.
Yeah, it's just mine.
It's just Jeff's YouTube page.
But they're there.
Yeah, it is there. And yeah, like you were saying, Jeff, please rate us. If you're enjoying the show, rate us on Spotify. It helps the metrics.
Every stream helps. Every conversation we have, every message, every email. We don't do this just to speak into the void. We actually love the little community that we're building out.
And I have to say, me and Jeff went on a trip this past weekend where we listened to some of the past guests who were sending in their favorite films and everything. Made me emotional, genuinely. Like it made me like I love listening to you all talk about how much you love movies. It's part of the reason I love having guests on. I love the enthusiasm everybody brings to the podcast. We're happy to be sort of a nexus for that right now. So
absolutely.
Thank you all so much for listening, and we love you.
It's a hard ticket at the movies. Which one will you watch? Let's decide. It's a hard ticket at the movies.
Listen to me, and you listen to me close. Tristan, if you don't give me more granola bars by the end of the week, I'll break into your house. I'll go into your pantries. And I'll take everything. All of it. And I'll eat it. I'm not fucking kidding.